Hey guys, I'm here today. I'm Rachel Miller of Moolah Marketing, and I'm here today to tell you how Mike Caldwell and his Marketing Apprentice program helped completely revolutionize my business and, frankly, my life.
Working with Rachel on her launch was absolutely awesome. We both had so much fun together. But here's the thing, the challenges that she faced are the same challenges that pretty much every online entrepreneur faces today. And it basically boils down to two problems. The first is that we're hearing from all the marketing gurus that making money online is easy, right? And we've heard it so much that we're actually starting to believe it. The second problem is that we have shiny object syndrome. And what those shiny objects are the tactics. These are the tactics that the gurus are trying to sell us so that they can make money. But the problem is that tactics are short-lived. So maybe that tactic worked for the guru last month, but even if it did, it's probably yesterday's news today. So if it's not totally easy to make money online and tactics aren't the solution, then what is the answer? Well, the answer is that you need to have a solid marketing strategy. And what Rachel used and what my other online entrepreneurial students are using is what I call the empathic marketing strategy. As a paramedic for 12 years, what I learned is that the best care I could give my patients was when I looked at their pain or injury from their perspective. And it's no different from online marketing. When dealing with your potential prospects, you need to look at their pain points from their perspective.
The one thing that I will say about Mike that is, I would say, exceptional is the fact that he is so empathetic to really everyone he works with. So whether it's the client or even the end client, meaning the client of the client, he can step right into that emotional view of that person and be able to then reflect that back into marketing, which is the hard part, right? Because empathy is one thing and that's hard already, but empathy that then ties back into your marketing, is really the advanced capability that Mike has.
One of my most haunting calls was responding to a 7-year-old girl who was helping her dad make hamburger out of deer venison. She was up on the counter with him, and he just turned away for a second to answer the phone, and that's when her hand and her arm got sucked into the meat grinder. There was no way her hand could be removed from the device, and her dad, he tried to pick her up and put her in the car and take her to the hospital, but every time he even touched her, she just let out a blood-curdling scream, and she wouldn't let him move her at all. And this is what most marketers do. They try to move their prospects on their terms and on their timeline. And when marketers do that, well, their clients scream and they refuse to even budge. So when I arrived on the scene, I found the girl with her hand and her arm lodged in the device. There wasn't really that much blood, and she was actually quite calm at the time. The first thing I did when I approached her was I introduced myself. I started a conversation with her. We chatted for a couple minutes. I asked who her favorite celebrities were. I even made some jokes and made her smile. Then, once I had a rapport built with her, that's when I explained how I could make her feel better, but I have to put a small prick in her arm first. By gaining her trust and asking for permission, she allowed me to start the IV as long as she could hold her father's hand. Then, with the IV in place, I was able to administer her some morphine, reduce her pain, and actually reduce her resistance as well. From there on, it was easy to move her to the ambulance and transport her to the hospital. Now, I can tell you how this story ends when we speak at a later date, but for now I've made my point. Had I gone in there and just tried to stab the girl with a needle and drag her to the ambulance, this wouldn't have gone that smoothly at all, and I may have made matters even worse.
And I felt I needed a little bit more on the strategy side of things, and Mike is fantastic in that area. He has the most amazing natural way of approaching people, which I think comes from a lot to do with his background, putting people at ease when they're in difficult situations.
And it's the same with marketing. You can't force your prospect to purchase on your agenda. You need to communicate with them from their perspective. You need to apply an empathic marketing strategy approach. The first thing you need to do is identify your client avatar. And by this, I don't mean identifying their sex and their age and where they live. You need to identify your avatar's pain points from their point of view. You need to understand the solution that they are hoping to find. You see, I would have followed the same strategy for a 30-year-old construction worker as I did for that 7-year-old girl, but my language would have been different, as would have my promises been different. And this brings me to the next component of empathic marketing, and that's the language. You certainly don't want to say the same things as your competition. You need to say something that strikes a chord emotionally and intellectually. You need to capture the heart and convince the mind. And this is what we call your big idea. There's usually some sort of promise written into that big idea. But here's the thing, 99% of the time, they can find that same promise somewhere else by a dozen different competitors. So why should they buy into your promise? Well, they'll buy into your promise because of what we call your unique mechanism. And this is a mechanism that you have created, and it can't be found anywhere else, and that's important.
There's possibly nobody better that I would recommend that you go to have your funnel fixed than Mike, the marketing medic. This is a guy that understands the tactics, he understands the strategy, he understands the idea, he understands the offer, he understands how to make it all congruent with traffic. Overall, this is a guy that understands the solid foundational aspects of taking a broken funnel and making it work for you, making it produce for you, bringing you sales and new customers.
If I could tell you that I can help you lose weight by using ketosis, all you have to do is Google ketosis, and you're going to find 100 different ketosis diets out there. You're not going to need me at all. But if you want to drive a truck with a 5.7 liter Hemi engine in it, then you're going to have to buy a Ram, because Ford and Chev, they don't have a Hemi. The Hemi, that is Ram's unique mechanism. But here's the thing we all know too well. People don't trust everything they read online anymore. And in fact, skepticism is growing more and more each day. So even if you do have an amazing big idea with a terrific unique mechanism that supports a promise to provide a solution to a pain your avatar is experiencing, they are most likely going to have a long list of false beliefs. It's just like my little patient. Of course she was nervous about me starting an IV on her. The last thing she wanted was for me to inflict any more pain on her. But what I did is I addressed those concerns before she even had a chance to mention them to me. I told her how I had a cream that I could rub on her skin that would numb it a little bit so she would barely even feel the needle. And then my partner, he told her how I was the best IV starter in the department, and that if he ever needed an IV, then I was the one who was going to have do it for him. Then I finally promised her that if the needle hurt even a little bit, that we would turn the lights and the sirens on for her when we were in the ambulance. But of course, we'd kind of planned on doing that anyway.
When I came across your course, I had just obtained a client for the car wash, and they were doing fine. I set up a funnel for them. Everything was going hunky-dory. I was getting 1 to 2, maybe 3 qualified leads a day, and they were happy. But I felt like maybe I could do a wee bit better. One of the reasons I came to you and came to your course was because of the pillars of the community in the marketing, such as Russell Brunson giving you a glowing recommendation about, being the medic of funnels. The fact that Todd Brown raves about you made me feel confident and excited about getting in your course. Now, I thought I understood what the hell I was going to be getting, and I was wrong. Sadly mistaken, actually. What I actually learned was that you're a hell of a lot smarter and a hell of a lot more talented than anyone gave you credit for. I won't go into the details of it, but you did help me with my funnel. You took it, you got with a group of friends. You were actually with a group of friends, and you took it as a personal project. And after my poor funnel got raked and tore to pieces, because a lot of the things I was doing was just flat out wrong. Even though I was finding success, they were just wrong. Once we made those changes, well, it was astronomical, absolutely wonderful. Within a week or so, I wasn't getting 1 or 2 or 3 leads a day. I was getting 1 or 2 or 3 leads an hour. My client was so happy that they went from being a month-to-month client to wanting to pay for an annual subscription of our service.
And you follow the same approach with the empathic marketing strategy. You create a platform that addresses your prospect's false beliefs before they even have a chance to air them. If you wait until the prospect brings those false beliefs to your attention, then you're going to need to disagree with them and engage in an argument. And the last thing you want to do is argue with somebody who you hope will give you some money. So, how do you think your business would be improved if you applied an empathic marketing strategy to it? Now, I'm not promising you'll earn $96,000 in 5 days like Rachel Miller did, or that you'll go from collecting 2 to 3 leads per day to 2 to 3 leads per hour like Wade did. But if you follow the strategy like they did, there's no reason that you shouldn't be able to attain similar results. And keep in mind, this isn't an online strategy. It's a marketing strategy. It's certainly something you're going to use in your website and your funnel and your paid online traffic, but you'll also use it in your print material, in your radio ads, TV ads. It's something you'll use every day in-house, and it's how you'll talk about your business all the way from personal conversations to elevator pitches to stage presentations. EMS is not a tactic. It's a timeless, all-encompassing strategy.
And so I started working with Mike, and I knew the numbers game. When I was running traffic for myself, we're talking $1 a click, which gets really expensive really, really quick. So what Mike did for me is he grabbed me by the arm and said, look, dude, this is where you're screwing up. This is where you're doing it all right. So let's get rid of what you're screwing up on and let's work on what you're doing well. And we'll work together and get this into something that's workable. So within a month, we got those clicks down to 13 cents a click. Anybody who knows this game, that's a tremendous accomplishment. 13 cents a click. And I just got off the phone with one of our new clients for the Seekers Guild, our Amazon coaching program. And our coaching program is not cheap. It's $2,000.
So if you want to stop chasing bees and catapult your business to the potential you know it's capable of, then I highly recommend you click the link below and enroll in the Marketing Medic Apprenticeship Program. Everything you need to know about empathic marketing is in this online course. The course is presented in an over-the-shoulder format as you can sit and watch as I train my original apprentice, James Keelan. You can watch the videos as many times as you want, and you can go through the course at your own pace. This is the time for you to take action and finally take the steps to get the results that you've been waiting for. Click the link below and make this happen.
Hey, my name is Russell Brunson. I want to make a really quick video to tell you a story about one of my friends named Mike. He's someone who just cares a lot about his clients and cares about their success. And so if you're looking for someone to watch your traffic and to watch your business and to make sure that everything you're doing is working, I recommend 100%. He's someone who cares, he does great work, and he's someone that can help grow your business.
One reason not to wait on this is because the price is currently at the soft launch price of $747. But on Monday, the price increases to $1,497. And right now, I'm in the process of adding more content into this membership area that centers around mindset and credibility. Everyone in the course will have access to these modules as they appear. But once all the modules are in place, the course price will rise again to $1,997. So basically, by getting in now, you'll be saving yourself $1,250. So you've got two options. You can keep doing what you have been doing and keep getting the same results, or you can click the button, take action, and finally incorporate a proven strategy that will launch your business to its fullest potential. There's really no reason to wait. Click the button and get in now before the price goes up.
His instruction, his guidance, everything about the man was kick-ass. It was killer. And that's my endorsement for Mr. Caldwell.